Hi, I'm Matteo.
Hi, I'm Dennis. We're going to be talking about social networking, specifically the pros and cons.
Social networking will lead to our downfall as a society. But you didn't think convenience came without a price, did you? We delved into social networking with an open mind and we came out with nightmares ready to be awoken from it. Yeah, it's that bad. But don't take our word for it. Have a listen to our pros and cons that we've taken from reliable sources. Social networking benefits us in a number of ways. One of the most obvious benefits would be the social side of it. Those who have difficulty making friends could benefit from social networks. For example, those who have difficulty speaking or those who experience difficulty speaking in a face-to-face environment could feel more secure in a cyber world. On top of that, if your personality isn't totally agreeable with others, you could change it to their liking. You could literally have an infinite number of identities. The most obvious and convenient aspect of social networking is the way we now maintain relationships, especially with relative ease. Phone calls have pretty much become obsolete with new ways of communication via a social network, whether it be Facebook, Skype, Twitter, whatever. Whether it be keeping in touch with a childhood friend or family from a foreign country, it has become a simple click away. The majority of popular social networks, in particular Facebook and Twitter, are interconnected, meaning you can easily access or use them with one single account, and no longer have to find and re-add contacts for new sites. For example, all of your contacts from your Hotmail account can be transferred to your Skype account. Social networks are now connected between each other. More and more sites are following the trend, i.e. YouTube. If you're a criminal, this is probably something you don't want to hear, but law enforcement use social network sites in order to find or research possible criminal activity. For example, when the Vancouver Canucks lost the 2011 Stanley Cup in Vancouver, the city erupted into riots. Social media was used to catch vandals and rioters, as social networking site users tagged the people they knew in over 2,000 photos posted to the sites. The biggest pro, in our opinion, would be the positive effect that social networking provides for the economy. The use of social networks, such as Facebook, allows companies to take advantage of free advertisement. For example, a company could create their own Facebook page where they can inform future and current customers about their many products. Through the use of the like button, the more people that like it, the more popular the company becomes. Companies could also use it for customer reviews and not have to worry about negative reviews because they have the ability to remove it. Additionally, with the advancement of social networks, more jobs in general will be opened.
Considering how you feel about companies such as Facebook, what do you think about the role that such tools played in, for example, the Arab Spring?
Basically, it's an ill wind that blows nobody good. So Facebook does a bunch of nasty things. Surveillance to a tremendous extent. In fact, I'm working on trying to get a browser modified so that Facebook like buttons will not show up at all. Because if you see one, Facebook is doing surveillance on you through that page. Facebook knows that your IP address visited that page. Well, Facebook shouldn't be allowed to know that. And Facebook uses the users' faces in paid publicity for companies. Facebook does numerous totally nasty things and will never stop. So I'll never use it. On the other hand, even bad things sometimes have paradoxical good byproducts. I'm not going to criticize the Tunisian revolution or the unfinished Egyptian revolution for having made use of Facebook. But that doesn't mean Facebook is good.
Take the number of pros and multiply that by 10. That's how much cons there are. However, for you, the viewer's sake, we'll only list a couple of the major ones. Social networking entices people to waste time. Let's face it, everyone has procrastinated at one point. Facebook is just another outlet that happens to be where people spend most of their time in. Whether it's on your PC, laptop, phone, tablet, or even your video game console, students who use social networking sites while studying score 20% lower on tests, and students who use social media had an average of GPA of 3.06 versus non-users who had an average GPA of 3.82. Social networks enable the spread of unreliable and false information with ease. A perfect example of this would be bullying. Cyberbullying has been an ongoing discussion for a number of years, and it will continue to be one. It's really easy to pick a target and spew false accusations about them. It's incredibly effective, and the countless cases support it. Social networking sites lack privacy and expose users to government and corporate intrusions. People like Mark, the creator of Facebook, intended so that anyone can access your information. However, they smartened up in the past by allowing to prevent people from accessing certain information of your choosing. So it's probably not a good idea to post your house address under your contact info. Companies use sites like Facebook to look up potential employees as well as current employees. It's no secret that they want to check out who may be representing their company. Thought it was cool to post those drunk pictures? Probably not. Social networking users are vulnerable to security attacks such as hacking, identity thefts, and viruses. Things like this probably won't happen on big networks such as Facebook or Twitter, which is probably why, if you do choose to use social networks, you should probably choose those two. Last but not least, the most important con of all, social networking is the home of child predators, pedophiles, rapists, and creeps in general. You won't have to worry about this if you are smart, but if you are a child, you probably shouldn't be on social networks. It's certainly no secret the internet has had predators on it, for example, to catch a predator. However, with Facebook being a massive unified network, it's become so easy to send a message to any random person that happens to have an attractive profile picture.
Overall, the cons overshadow the pros. There are a lot of benefits that social networking provides, and they provide them quite well. However, that doesn't change the fact that the cons significantly outweigh them. Therefore, our verdict is social networking is dangerous.